Βίντεο! 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 Πάμε στην καρέκλα που παραλίγο να σκοτωθώ. Yay! Καλησπέρα παιδιά, πάμε στο και στο επεισόδιο. Θα δούμε αληθινές και τρομακτικές ιστορίες που σας αρέσουν πάρα πολύ. Το έχουν δει 17 άτομα τον προηγούμενο. Άμα θέλετε και αποδείξεις, πάμε αποδείξεις, πάμε. Ορίστε, 15 προβολές και έχει περάσει μόνο μία μέρα. Αλλά τώρα δεν μας νοιάζει αυτό. Έχουμε τον ενοχλητικό γείτονα από πίσω. Το νερό μου και πάμε στο βίντεο. 1, 2, 3. True Snapchat story. Δεν έχω Snapchat. Το έχω. Έχει παλιώσει για μένα. Το έχω
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting a friend. I'm pretty young. I'm only 13, still in middle school. A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for a few nights. One night when I was watching TV, she sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption. I sent a message saying, "What's up?" She sent another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?" She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window.
Wow!
I quickly sent a response message saying, "Is that your brother by the window?" She sent another identical snap, this time captioned, "What do you mean?" In this picture, the figure at the window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass. I closed the snap before the timer even ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, "There's somebody at your window, turn around." She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app. I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed. I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well. I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight when I was already laying in bed that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room. From there, she ran to her parents' room and woke her dad, who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from whatever could have happened was the fact that I was able to see the window through her selfies, unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
Αυτό ήτανε! Ωραία τώρα! Creepy night shift story, πάμε τώρα! Creepy night shift... Creepy night shift...
I was 17 years old and I worked at the local library in my city. The library was located in the middle of the city, but was totally abandoned in the evenings. I only worked in the evenings, when all the older staff had already gone home. My colleague and I were the only one left there that night. As it was the day before Christmas and a blizzard was going on outside, not one single customer inhabited the building. My colleague Thomas was down at ground level, while I was sitting at my desk on the top level. Normally, I would take the time to study, but it was the holidays and I was completely bored to death. The library was recently renovated, so I could look outside through the big windows that they had put up. I mostly looked at the blizzard going on, thinking about my bike ride home. It was a dark December evening and the snow was piling up. I just really wanted to go home.
It's really
snowy out there, Tom. What do you say we close up early? No one's gonna show up anyway. Over. Your jokes are funny. Over. Just 10 minutes before we closed, I heard some people coming up the stairwells. It was some kind of family. One man and a woman with 2 girls. When they came through the door, I immediately saw that they weren't ordinary. The man had a pale, almost white face and wore red lipstick. The woman was also completely pale. They all wore clothing like they used to be in the 17 or 1800s. I just had my history exam, so I recognized it immediately.
1800s. Το 1800. Εικόνες από το 1821. Για να δω. Αυτή βέβαια. Μπουμ, βρήκα φωτογραφία. Σας αρέσει? Τέτοια είναι. Να, δεν το καταλαβαίνεις. Είναι όλα ίδια. Α, δεν καταλαβαίνεις άμα έχω βάλει κανένα άλλη φωτο. Δεν έχω βάλει.
While I walked towards them, I saw that they were looking around as if they were lost. Can I help you folks? I asked them. They looked at me with big eyes, if I was talking Chinese. I almost thought about bailing, but as we just had a meeting about customer satisfaction, I asked again, a bit louder. Can I help you folks? They now all looked at me with a big smile and large eyes. I was totally creeped out and I didn't really know what to do anymore. If I can help you, I'll be at my desk, I said, and I quickly walked away. When I was at my desk, I could still see the family just standing there, doing absolutely nothing. Tom, have you seen this family that just came in? Over. No, no one's come through the entrance. You good? Over. Now I was even more creeped out. When I looked up, I saw the man walking towards me. From the inside, I could almost cry, but I did my best not to show it. The man stood in front of me with his pale face and called out something in a language I couldn't understand. It sounded like English, but it sort of wasn't. I couldn't make out anything. I looked down at my computer to make it look like I was searching, hoping he would just take off. When I finally looked up, nobody was there. The whole floor was abandoned again. I did a quick sweep of the floor, but I found nobody. As if they just vanished. Just then, my colleague came up the stairs, and I told him what happened. He didn't believe me, and I thought I was trying to scare him. Luckily, there were security cameras in the library, so we could just watch what happened, right? After we closed the library, we went to the security office in the building and looked at the footage from earlier that evening. What I saw then was the creepiest thing ever. I was talking to nobody. The whole family wasn't on the screen.
What?
It was just me, talking to myself.
I'm confusion! Αυτό άξιζε ένα 0. Βασικά άξιζε κάτι, άντε ένα 4 με τρομακτική οικογένεια. Πάρε ένα 4. I'm confusion, I'm sad. Δεν ήταν κανείς εκεί. Θέλω να ήταν εκεί κανείς. Να πιστεύεις τα αφεντικά. Όχι, δεν μπορεί. Ωραία. Abdication horror story, πάμε.
My name is Josh Roberts, and it's been a year since I was abducted. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home from school. It was about 6 p.m. and there was a full moon and chill in the air. I stepped off the bus, and for the first time, someone else got off with me. I'd never seen this new kid at school before. I could hear footsteps behind me. I took a quick glance and saw the kid walking at a brisk pace. I thought he was following me, so I took a left, which wasn't my usual route. I looked around again and saw him take the same left. My heart started pumping and my legs started shaking at the sound of the footsteps as they got louder and faster. I then panicked and started running. I remembered a shortcut in the nearby forest to my neighborhood, so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. "Hey kid, wait up!" said a heavy voice from behind me. I tried my hardest not to stumble on the logs and boulders in my path. I could hear the sound of sticks and leaves being broken by some fast, heavy footsteps. My legs started throbbing as the adrenaline wore off, so I took a detour towards a playground. I stopped to catch my breath, looking around for somewhere to hide, then went silent. I was doubtful that I lost him. I took my phone out to call the police when I spotted a local news article. "Caution, there is a suspicious man on the loose. He escaped the local prison and assaulted an officer. Beware, he may look like a teen, but he is in his 20s. If you see him, call 911 immediately and lock your door."
Run,
My mind
Forrest,
started rushing with
run!
thoughts, and I started to panic. All of a sudden, someone started choking me with their arm. I tried to fight back, but they were so strong, I didn't stand a chance. feelings of hope began to diminish as
Λοιπόν,
I
έτσι
slowly
που σου το
blacked
χέρι σου το
out.
χτυπάς στην κοιλιά.
I awoke to find myself in a dark, damp room that looked like a basement. The floor was hard and cold. There were no windows, but there was a staircase and a bathroom. I tried to move, but I was tied up with a thick
Είσαι σε
rope.
παγιά.
How much was the deal? 200? Listen, you gotta do a little better than that. Okay, fine. You'd better bring the right amount, or you'll be tied up like that kid. What? Are they selling me? The guy sounded mad and anxious with whomever he was talking to. Right after he hung up, he opened the door and walked down the stairs with an evil smile.
Τι είναι αυτό, αυτός είναι ο Σασκέ.
As he taunted me, my
Το
arms
Νάρτο.
started to fall asleep due to the tightness of the rope. He came closer to me and I spat in his face. He looked at me in sheer rage. Then the doorbell rang, followed by pounding on the door. The guy grabbed some tape and shut me up before I could scream for help. He slowly backed off, signaling me to keep quiet, and ran towards the front door. I looked around, trying to see what I could use to untie these ropes. I spotted a rusty, sharp edge sticking out of the wall. This was my one hope. I successfully got up and tried with all my might to reach it. As I was trying to cut the rope from my hands, I could hear the commotion upstairs getting heated. I managed to free myself from the ropes when I heard the front door slam. The silence was terrifying. I was frozen in fear.
Βάλε πίσω το χέρι σου.
Footsteps started coming towards the door. I choked and shuffled back to my original position, arms behind my back, wrists tightly locked together. Now where were we? Said the man. He walked towards me, grabbed my ankles, and started dragging me when the phone rang. He dropped me instantly and charged upstairs. I wasn't going to lose this opportunity. I untied my feet, grabbed the closest thing to me, and hid behind some boxes. Now where did you go? He said as he stampeded down the stairs. I heard him getting closer to where I was hiding. I bolted up from behind the boxes and saw him checking the bathroom. As he walked out, I struck him over the head with a pole. He stumbled and fell to the floor. Crimson red pooled around his head. I ran upstairs and out the front door. I stumbled my way to the closest house, screaming. A woman thankfully opened the door. She was shocked and fearful when she saw me. The police were called and I was rushed into the hospital.
Μπράβο.
They're still looking for that man, even to this day.
Νάτας. Πριν αφού το έριξε στο κεφάλι, πώς... Ψεύτικο. Αλλά, γι' αυτό θα πάρει ένα 0. Από τον τύπο από Αριστοτέλους, επειδή του έσπασε κυριολεκτικά το κεφάλι του και μετά ξαφνικά μπούμ, εμφανίστηκε. Ναι, το χάλασε φίλε μου, το χάλασε. Και τι να σου κάνουμε. Τι να σου κάνουμε τώρα. Στεναχωρήθηκα τώρα. Στεναχωρήθηκα πάρα πολύ. Σνεφ. Εντάξει, έχει τρελό αέρα αυτή τη στιγμή απ' έξω. Και βαριέμαι τη ζωή μου. Έχω τη βότκα μου εδώ. Άμα θέλετε να ξανακάνω True Scary Story Animation πάλι, 3 likes σε αυτό το βίντεο και θα ξανακάνω πάλι. Αμένα τέλος πάντων, θα είναι λίγο μικρό αυτό το βίντεο. Αμένα τέλος πάντων παιδιά, θα τα πούμε στο επόμενο επεισόδιο. Γεια σας. Γεια σας.